It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Indiana in the Morning, as always, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Senator Heather Reed is coming into the studio right now. Okay, maybe she's not a senator just yet. Good morning, Heather. How are you?
Good morning, Todd. Good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. I want you to greet on the phone. Mr. B.C. Taylor is with us this morning. How about that?
Good morning, BC. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited to be talking to you right now.
Oh, likewise. Likewise.
BC, the reason you're...
It's good to be on the phone with you guys.
Well, the reason you're here, of course, is because we have a very special announcement today. It's the Teddy Bear Fund Drive Feel the Love of Christmas concert. And it's happening. And that's exciting for us. I don't know if it is for you, but it sure is for us.
Oh, it's incredibly exciting. It's something that we did a show last year, and it was incredibly well received. And throughout the past year, we've been getting calls and texts and emails of, are we going to be able to do this again? And the Teddy Bear Fund and the show in Indiana has always been a very special and fun show for us. And the fact that you guys want us to bring it back really shows that you guys loved my father, and you loved the music, and you loved the message, and we loved being a part of that fund, and the fact that we can come back and do it, and there's just as much excitement now. It's a real testament to what he was to the area, and what the music meant, and what he meant to everybody involved, and the fact that I get to play a small role in that is just I'm incredibly honored to be able to do that.
BC. This is not going to be a small role you play. Just letting you know. Hey, your dad...
Well, it's huge shoes to fill.
There you go. Yeah, well, your dad was such a big part of the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, and it happened in such a short time. He embraced the Teddy Bear Fund Drive so much. I just remember the openings that we had at the Indiana Regional Medical Center cafeteria when he would come up, and the way he related to the kids that were there and to everybody else. It was really close to his heart, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he, people have known this. Well, he as a young boy, he was actually sick, and that's actually how he learned to play guitar. So I think because he struggled as a child, I believe that he's always been able to relate. I mean, he's always been able to relate to everybody. Everyone considers him their best friend just because of how personable he was and how loving and all that. But there's always been a special place in his heart for kids, especially kids in need, and so it's not a surprise to me at all that they felt, that he was welcoming towards them.
I should introduce in the studio, as we said, Heather Reed is here. Jim DeCesare, of course, from Renda Broadcasting as well. Heather, you remember those days at the Teddy Bear Fund Drive opening at the hospital cafeteria, but the concerts themselves, amazing.
Just amazing. We are so excited to be bringing, this spirit of Christmas back to Indiana. And I know it's July, and I know it's radio, but I am decked out. I've got Christmas attire on here today, folks. So,
she does.
This is just so exciting. I mean, your dad, he just really embodied that community spirit, that Christmas spirit, and everything he did for us at the hospital and this community and the Pittsburgh community for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. We are just thrilled to have you to be a huge part of this, our 39th annual event here in the county. So we're just excited that you're going to carry on your dad's legacy, and we are so thrilled that this is just going to be such a huge community Christmas concert again for us.
It absolutely is. Jim DeCesare, you were great friends with B.E. Taylor for a lot of years. This has to be special for you, too.
It's very special. BC, hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to personally speak with BC since the passing of his dad. I've spoken with his Uncle Dan many times, and I sure miss him, and I know you guys miss him way more than I do in your family. But yeah, he was a very special guy. And by the way, I don't think anybody mentioned this, the date.
Shh, we're holding it.
We are? Okay.
For another 10 seconds or so.
It.
I'm glad I didn't.
Heather's going to make that announcement in a couple of moments.
I'm glad I didn't say anything. But yeah, B.E. was such a special guy. And I was so humbled in my life to be able to kind of get to know him 2 times, really, BC. I knew him when I was a young guy back in my early 20s, and I used to MC all of the B.E. Taylor, or many of the B.E. Taylor concerts around the area. Then I kind of lost touch of your dad for a while, and it all came back around again. I was so lucky that 2 of my boys got to play in the drum line in 2 of your shows at what was the old Pittsburgh East concert you guys
Wow.
did. And so it's been very special for me being to kind of, get back in touch with your dad a second time around, almost like in a different life, it felt like. But just a special guy, and we've missed you guys being here, and I'm sure it's going to be, how's that going to feel for you? To come back and be on our stage with all of those glow sticks and
Ladies yelling for him, you mean?
Yeah, they did. They missed you
Well,
too.
I mean, yeah, that show, you guys really kind of blew it out at those shows. Where, everyone having those glow sticks, everyone having the Rick's People signs, and having an arena full of people, you can't really top that. It's there's an energy that was created it's gonna. It's just everyone was so fired up the whole time that it made it so easy to go out there and perform. And not that it's never a struggle for any of us to go out, but when you walk out and you see 300 or 3,000 plus smiling faces at you, and it's just it's going to be great to be back. You guys are. It's just a wonderful, wonderful show. So we're all fired up to come back, and we wanted to come back last year, but the way it kind of happened, the timing wasn't right, and we're just happy that we're able to make it work this year.
It'll work, and it will work big time because one testament to your dad was that, the first show that we did, and I know Heather knows this, and Todd, and of course Mark Burdick, who is not here today, that we first brought the B.E. Taylor Christmas to Indiana. Indiana, there were a lot of people that maybe have heard of B.E. Taylor, but we were a little concerned that it might not happen here like it did in Pittsburgh. Well, boy, did it happen, and it happened big time. And your dad was able to just get everybody to feel like they knew him, and it became such a huge event here in Indiana. We're so proud of that, and for you to come back, it's going to be really special. We did miss you.
Well, you were missed as well.
BC Taylor, by the way, on the telephone with us right now. Jim DeCesare, Heather Reed in the studio with us here in Indiana in the morning. And Heather is going to make that announcement right now. Heather, when is this concert happening?
Sunday, December 16th is the magical day that we bring the Christmas spirit back to Indiana County.
How about that? BC, we're all excited about that. We're also excited about the fact that the gang's all here, huh? You're bringing back a bunch of people that have performed this show before.
Oh yes, it'll be the same lineup plus a few from years before. Like I said, we had a show last year, and we wanted to include as many people who shared the stage with my father as possible, and we're going to try to continue that as long as schedules permit. But as of right now, it's the full lineup. You've got Rick Witkowski, you've got Jeff Jimerson, Herb Schweitzer, Herbie Granati, Jamie Peck. The whole lineup is they're all there.
And I remember,
so,
I remember talking to your dad before the concert about how you guys actually put this lineup together, and how you've managed to make time in your schedules to actually rehearse this show and then take it out. It really comes together fast, and you guys have been performing together for so long. It just must feel pretty comfortable to be with this group of fellas.
Well, everybody on stage loves each other. They're all best friends. They're some of my father's closest friends, and now some of my closest friends, which is actually one of the coolest one of the coolest things to take away from the show for me. I grew up with these men, and now I can call them and we can go, just spend time together as friends, not as musicians. Like, they value me just as much as I value them, and that's a gift that my father gave me without really even, trying. It's just he surrounds himself with incredible people. So it's no surprise that they embraced me, and now we're close. As far as being on the stage together, we all look forward to the show so much and the tour so much that making time for it was never really never really a worry. You know, people were calling us to make sure that they had enough time off to be involved in all the rehearsals and all of the shows, and so that, you know, it became really like a family reunion for the month of December, you know, for the band and the extended family, because we would just spend, you know, 20 days out of that month together, laughing, singing songs, praising Christ. You know, it's something that the fact that, and you guys are a huge part of that, the fact that we are able to get a small part of that back this year while coming to Indiana and the few other places that we'll be playing, you know, we get that sensation, that feeling again. So, you know, just as much as you're thrilled that we're coming back, we're thrilled to be, you know, returning as well, just to have that again.
One of the things that we need to be sure to say is that a very important element of this concert from our angle is the participation of S&T Bank. And S&T Bank has again come on board as a partner in this venture. It doesn't happen without all of their hard work and their commitment to this, and that's really a part of the spirit of the whole event. Just for folks who don't know BC, where are you right now? What are you doing right now in terms of your performing career?
Right now, I'm I'm looking over the New York skyline. I just played for the 4th of July with an artist named Fillmore out of Nashville, Tennessee. We were opening for Carrie Underwood at a new venue in New York City called Pier 17 that is right next to the Brooklyn Bridge. So you turn behind you see the Brooklyn Bridge and the Empire State Building, and then if you look right off the stage, you see the Statue of Liberty. So it was about as cool as you could possibly get as far as playing a show on July 4th. It was pretty special.
Well, you know, I'm sorry.
Sorry?
Go ahead. As far as your career, what?
As far as my career, I moved to Nashville 2 years ago, and it was the best move I could have made. It's I met some of my closest friends and been able to be a part of some really, really talented groups, and none more than the artist that I'm working for now, Fillmore. And the funny thing about him, not the funny thing, but the thing that is, I guess, that's drawn me to him is he is as close to my father as I've experienced, as far as the way he embraces his band, his crew. It's very much the same feeling. We pray every show before every show, and it's a brotherhood on stage, and I think that allows me to, or it's just as close to a B.E. Taylor show as I could get, and so I want to hold on to that as much as I can, because that's such a rare thing in the music industry to have that type of bond. It's a rare thing in general to have that kind of bond and that kind of love towards your friends, and the fact that I found that not only in my father and all of his friends, but again on my own, I found that same love and companionship in a group in Nashville, I think is something worth holding on to, and not to mention he's incredibly talented, which certainly helps.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, the feel and the love of Christmas is coming back to Indiana. B.C. Taylor's been kind enough to join us on the line. You know, the skyline here in Indiana has the Jimmy Stewart statue, which is almost like the Statue of Liberty. So close.
Close. Hey, I've been there, and I know exactly what you're talking about, and it is. It's a very special spot.
Hey, BC, before I let you go, we loved your dad so very much, and all of us here, please pass along love and our prayers and thoughts to your mom. And I know that Uncle Dan's listening in, and Dan, we love you too, buddy. And it's going to be a special show.
Really is. Jim DeCesare, Heather Reed, thanks both for being in studio. BC, thanks for being with us this morning. We're so looking forward to a really, really busy and exciting time, especially come December.
Right back at you. Thank you guys so much. Very, very, very excited for this show.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
B.C. Taylor with us this morning from New York City, but he'll be here in Indiana December 16th. Feel the Love of Christmas, a Teddy Bear Fun Drive concert is going to be happening at the Gavalchik Complex. We're so excited about that. We hope you are as well. We'll have all of the other pertinent information coming up for you in the coming weeks. The ticket availability, all of that will be a part of it. Thanks again to S&T Bank for coming on as our partner again to present this wonderful concert. Thanks to you for joining us. We're late getting into Fox News and the rest of it all, but we'll get to it right now here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on the Voice of Indiana County, WCCS AM 1160, 101.1 FM.